Now we are back, and as you can see, the boys are they know what we are doing. So I am Teacher Sara, and I'm going to teach you about what is actually really happening in the UEFA Champions League. Okay, we were talking about the format. I think it's not fair. They all think that it's a money-making thing. Some of them are happy. Of course, Ben's going. Of course,
are happy.
The clubs are happy. We need to make money. So yes, but first, the competition system. Now, the qualifying phase matches are played according to the cup knockout system, with each club playing each opponent twice in home and away matches. The team which scores the higher aggregate of goals in both matches qualifies for the next stage, and on to the second, and on to the third, so on and so forth. Okay, this is the qualifying. Okay, now, the one thing to note is the clubs defeated in the first and second qualifying rounds are eliminated. The 16 clubs defeated in the third qualifying round are therefore entitled to play in the first round of the current UEFA Cup. Yes, correct so far, boys?
Think so.
Think so. Okay. No, this one is definitely correct.
Correct.
Now, clubs. Now we have to go next one.
First qualifying round.
Change. Hello. There we go. First qualifying, second qualifying. Okay, next one. C, first, second, third. Okay, next one. Now we go. This is where we are right now. Now, clubs, the 16 ones, okay, are all in this group stage. Now, we were talking about them just now. Now, clubs from the same association cannot be drawn against each other, okay, and this is the group stage, okay. Now, we have how many people now? 16 clubs, and the 32 remaining clubs that were kicked out before are drawn into 8 groups of 4. Clubs from the same association cannot be drawn from the same group. Each club plays one home, one away match against each other club in its group. 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, no point for defeat. Okay, there is a particular format and match sequence of 6 match days, but we won't get into that. But yeah, okay, special criteria, of course, is applied to determine rankings when there is a draw, like the number of goals scored, to goal differential, to the number of away and home matches. No, not away and home matches. A number of goals scored in away matches, especially. I don't know why that's the case, but okay. Now, the 8 group winners and 8 runners-up of the group stage qualify for the first knockout round, which is this one. Okay, first knockout round. The clubs that finish this stage in the third position in their group move into the round of 32 in the UEFA Cup, the one just now that we talked about. Clubs that finish fourth, eliminated, gone case, nothing. Okay, now the first knockout round here is determined by a draw again. Now, this is played under the club knockout system and on a home and away basis. Again, 2 legs. Okay, clubs from the same association cannot be drawn against each other. Winners and runners-up of the same group cannot be drawn against each other. Group winners cannot be drawn against each other. Runners-up cannot be drawn against each other. And runners-up must play the first leg at home. To give them an advantage, we feel sorry for them, right? Okay. So,
thanks.
Okay, this therefore means we have a lot of rules and regulations. So I'm going to sit back and let's see and try to determine
Who's Fina?
What do you mean Fina? Fina is
Swimming association.
Italian. Fine, it's Fina. It's done.
You mean
okay.
finish? Finito.
Okay, currently we have let's see the groups that are left in the champion standing order. The champions standing, where is it? Hello? Champions? Can we see the champions thing?
The groups.
Yeah, the champions standing.
Yeah,
there we go. Yay! Okay, so we have the 8 different groups. Not bad. Okay, we have our quite, favorites are all in there. There's Chelsea in there, there's Liverpool in there, Man United's in, and Arsenal's in. The only difference is, for Group D and Group E, Man United as well as Liverpool will have to play one of the people who are second. Okay, so that means, technically by that, we mean all those in the second row Chelsea, Internacional, Sporting, Madrid, Villarreal, Lyon, Real Madrid. But, because we are not allowed to play, people from the same association, that will rule out Chelsea and Arsenal. Right, and we're not allowed to play people that we played before, so I can't remember who that rules out. But who do you think we probably will face, guys?
For Arsenal, I hope
Liverpool, Arsenal. For Arsenal, you want?
Arsenal, I hope we get Panathinaikos.
Why?
One, because I think of all the other teams, we have the best chance. Two, Gilberto, ex-Arsenal captain, Arsenal legend, is there as a chance for him to come back to Highbury and get a proper send-off.
Who do you not want to face?
Who do you not want to face? Bayern.
You were saying something like
I
that.
I was saying, actually, I was saying the way, right now, we probably don't want to face Barcelona, but knowing how things are and knowing how things are
Right now, we don't want to face anyone. Just get a bye to the next round.
but Barcelona's probably
Let's go there first.
I don't know.
the way that things are drawn, the way that things will work out. There was a year I know we didn't want to face Juve because Patrick Vieira was there.
Yeah.
When they drew it,
It's definite one.
Juve.
Whatever you don't want to face, you surely will
It's a good
face.
match, but we're not
But
worried.
we own
We're not
them.
worried.
We own them. Absolutely own them. So I've come to the point now, it's February, a long time away. We need this break to focus on the league, focus on getting domestic form, focus on a couple of new signings coming in. And then whoever we get,
Yeah,
we get.
the likelihood of that
Should be.
being, with the current economic crisis. Okay, who do you guys want to face?
I don't know. I just got this sneaky feeling I will end up playing Sporting Lisbon. I don't know why. Because every time, somewhere down the road, we always meet them.
Really?
And it's very tricky when you go out and play at Sporting at Lisbon. And it's not easy, especially when you go to this round. Actually, any team. Any team.
But-
It's very, very difficult now to say. But Barcelona looks
Tough.
quite tough. Bayern
Barcelona
Munich,
is always tough though.
Bayern Munich.
I've never known Barcelona to be,
Bayern Munich is another team.
Bayern
I
here are
think
dark horses.
Inter is another team you got to watch out for. These are the teams.
I don't want to face Inter. I don't want.
Liverpool will just get into it. It'll be very funny.
Hey, we have a go at Liverpool, but they had one of the toughest groups.
Yeah, they did have a
And they
pretty tough
finished
group.
with the most points of all the 32 teams.
That I
So-
am proud of, but at the same time, I don't know how we got there,
I mean,
Robbie
that's
Keane. Robbie Keane.
They come from somewhere. Some Inter fan is thinking, we don't want to face Liverpool. as well."
Yes.
Good, okay.
Maybe.
You mean, see, we since the start of the season, I've heard Liverpool fans and anti-Liverpool fans and everyone in between talking about Liverpool can't sustain. But they're almost to the midway point, haven't lost in the Champions League, the best qualifiers in the Champions League, top of the Premier League, and people still want them to, will say they're falling. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but I would love to be in their position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'd love to be in
Yeah.
their position. Full stop. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I do understand. As a Liverpool fan, right, I have to tell you that I think we're just so used to disappointment that, like, you cannot, you're just so, I think most Liverpool fans will understand me when I say that sometimes we're just waiting. When will this dream end? When
Send
will
in
the
Robbie
bubble
Keane.
burst?
Send in Robbie Keane. He'll save you.
As is, Torres is out, and it's like, wow, biang. It's like, you don't know whether the current people can sustain, especially if they're going to play, the Wednesday midweek games, and then after that go back. I mean, in all honesty, we haven't been playing well in so long. Just one article of silverware will already be like, woohoo! Let's not talk about all.
Well, like Ben was saying, right? If you look at the where they're standing and all that, disregard all those injuries and all the bad games and all that. If you've just woken up today and you open the papers, you go, this team looks like it's doing well, man. I mean, live it up.
Yeah.
I think we are all just too scared to hope anymore. It's like the hope is disappointment is harder to deal with than anger. So yeah.
Okay.
It is! Anger, you can did it again, man. Oh,
The Arsenal fans this season, we're having to deal with both.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Disappointment
maybe that's
and
why I
anger,
don't quite understand.
No, what about Manchester United fans? Personally, I actually really expected a lot more from them.
No.
So far.
Because to me, I think United will start pushing somewhere in January. They always have this tendency of doing it.
Yeah, they
That's-
had a slow
They
crawl up,
always start off slow, and that's one thing about them, and they have a build up. So from January onwards, you see them picking up. I'm just the sad thing is that some of the players are injured, which I've been really looking forward to, especially Fabio De Silva.
Yeah.
Now he's a lot more supposed to be the next Roberto Carlos. You know, and I've been waiting for this guy. He had a shoulder operation because he dislocated his shoulder. And I would love to see the two Brazilians moving the flanks because they're awesome, you know, to watch the two boys playing down the flanks. So just have to wait. And the other person that which I feel that is going to be sorely missed is Owen Hargreaves, because this guy gives you a little bit more depth. And he can play down the flanks as well. He can play right back. He can play right wing. He can play center midfield, defensive, attacking. And he's got this good vision. So we're going to miss him. So that's the only sore point for me. Other than that,
I didn't think. I thought he was good, but I didn't think he was that good.
See, I like Owen Hargreaves. There's one player I'd take from United, be Owen Hargreaves.
Yeah, you
really
said
the
that
rest,
before, but
because
I've never really been impressed though.
He does that job that nobody wants to do. That get stuck in, deny the opponent the ball, break up play, start something.
He's not the star player that will like get the goals
And you
and
see-
stuff, right? Like,
You know, and the irony is, I think he could do that job too. He could be a creative midfielder, obviously not the best. But what I admire about him, I think he could do it better than Gerrard or Lampard for England. But he's happy just to sit there and do what is required of him when someone needs to do it. And for that, I really admire him. And I would love if I'd love Arsenal to get him if he was available.
he's
On
like
the
a
cheap.
base player.
Thank
Like,
Yeah. He's a
yeah.
United supporter from here.
I know,
So,
I know.
you know, it was
That's
a
why I
big
said
dream
I
for him to
don't-
move on. Another player is Michael Essien. Okay, yes, Michael Essien is a very important player. If you look at Chelsea, what's happening right now, he's missing there.
Yeah.
And that is a big problem. They got this big hole there because he's missing. He's the engine. He's taken over from McAlily. So
I heard
they miss that.
engine. I was like, what?
The
He
engine.
like,
He's the engine.
Like, what?
He's the engine, the main engine. I mean, he's the driving force there. Because you can see now, you know, they don't have that bite. You need that bite. You know, Michael Essien has that bite. Owen Hargreaves has that bite. You know, I used to like Patrick Vieira because I used to think very highly of him. You know, he's a very, very good player.
He was.
You know,
Yeah.
so sad he left. I thought he would stay on because he should have been there for at least a couple
Quite
more
some
years.
time.
You could, to me, I mean, even Henry could have gone, but you needed somebody there that gives you that, you know, that driving force, and he is it. So you're looking at people who gives you that drive. Liverpool has, to me, I think Jamie Carragher is a better captain than Steven Gerrard.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Ask
flabbergasted.
Ben
I'm
is
actually
Ben
flabbergasted.
is not. I mean, Ben.
I think so.
Really?
If you ask me, you know.
Wait.
frankly,
Ask, also,
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. If you just took two players on merit alone, I would say, yeah. But one thing, like I said, I think Gerrard has definitely done the job as a captain well. So that's why I said, for me, I don't know. I mean, whether Carragher would have done a better job, I don't know. But he has not let them down.
Coming from a Man U supporter.
No. Coming from an Arsenal supporter, we've been let down very badly by our previous captain. Gerrard has not let his team down as the captain. And what more can you ask? That's all. You know what I mean?
I mean, for me, I've always liked a defender to be captain.
That's why I said if at the
I've
start it was
always,
a straight choice between Carragher and Gerrard, it was me, I would have picked Carragher. But the move looks inspired. I don't think Gerrard has ever let his team down. And there have been so many times he has single-handedly dragged them through.
yeah.
And
No, I
that's
think
all
he
you
does
can do. I
something-
mean,
yeah.
that's all you can do.
I think he does something for the spirit of the team, though. I mean, he's obviously not a coach, but like he has that thing that kind of like that Harry Redknapp has. I think I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a kind of charisma, maybe that pulls people together. I don't know. I don't equate the same level always, but maybe bad analogy. But yeah, you know, maybe he has the charisma or the energy. I mean, we don't know the guy in person, but like maybe he has that thing that pulls the group together.
Maybe for
This is the
for
first time they've
players-
been playing well
Yeah,
as
no,
a
I mean-
team, you know? So, like,
You know,
it
I
must
think
be.
you will see the same effect with Fabregas. The same way.
Really?
I think you will see that same thing
No,
happen with
they have
Fabregas
been
now.
playing well after, you know,
I wouldn't even
Fabregas.
say they've been playing well, but they've been playing with a certain
Better.
belief
Yeah.
now and with a certain that we cannot let the captain down.
No, it's kind of like the Dumbo feather. Dumbo's feather. Nobody watched Dumbo. Geez, don't you guys watch cartoons? You know Dumbo, the one with the feather.
I know
Wait,
Dumbo,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't know what feather. Okay,
You know, he had that
not
feather.
that bad.
Whenever he had the feather, then he believed he could fly.
Oh, okay,
Even though
okay,
actually
okay,
he
I get
had the power to fly all along, but with the feather, he thought. So,
Fantastic.
like, Fabregas is like the feather.
I accept that.
Can't get worse than that. I think. So, you know,
It's Dumbo's feather.
It's
I'll
Dumbo's
call it
it's a new one, actually.
Dumbo's
Yeah,
feather.
yeah.
No, I agree with you. It's sad that players have to rely on that. I think this is what Arsene Wenger meant when he says he doesn't want one captain, he wants 11 captains, and people had a go at him. But his point was, you shouldn't have to rely on one person to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a team sport. But the reality is, sadly, a lot of teams still need that Dumbo's feather effect. And I think you're right. Fabregas will be that. Gallas obviously wasn't.
No, man.
And again, I'm not going to knock him because people are saying he should never have been made captain. I disagree because until the Birmingham game, he was doing a great job. But that's where sometimes where the chips are down, that's what shows whether your captain's
Your
material.
character,
And
right?
that's,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's
Whether
where
you're a
things went
top
wrong.
captain or
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
basically.
But
just to bring people.
until then, he did a good job.
But he's let himself down
Yeah.
again and again after that as well. So I think all that criticism.
I think you guys have someone that misses you. He's actually sick at home today.
Oh, Edwin
And
Yeo.
it's Edwin Yeo, and he logged on as Eddie Currents, and he went, okay, when are y'all going to
Edwin,
get
first
down
time in my life,
to
I might
talking-
actually be cheering Spurs on.
talking about a real team, the one that's going to teach Man United a lesson tomorrow.
Hey, Edwin, I thought you gave up hope already.
So, we will
Beware
be talking
of that
about
bite.
that. We will be talking about that right after these messages. Jing, 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 jing.